So there's three huge results of the weekend that's just gone in the Scottish Premiership title race. Hearts still find themselves at the top, still with a 3-point lead over Rangers. Now have a 5-point lead over Celtic, though, all having played the same amount of games now, these three. So this makes it really... it looks good for Hearts at this stage, I feel. Although Rangers getting that huge result as well. Huge wins for both of Rangers and Hearts. But then Celtic then losing on the Sunday. It's looking bad for them now. They're looking, out of the three of them, the most... in the worst position by far now, for sure. 2 points behind Rangers now. And after that comeback at Rangers, it looks like they were just sort of staying in it and just keeping themselves in a position where they could still take over and do what they usually do. But and that also felt like for Rangers as well, that could have been very costly. And now that's not so much. Now that it's looking like, to be honest, Hearts again left it quite late. Only 12 minutes ago when they got the winner in normal time. 12 minutes ago in normal time when they got the winner against Dundee at the weekend. But again, another win keeps them top. That's all they needed to do really. And at the start of the season, there was obviously very exciting. They're scoring a lot of goals, beating everyone comfortably. That's what got them into the position in the first place. And what's kept them there for the season is the consistency. And it's just getting the job done and getting over the line. They've been reliable, they've been consistent. There's a lot to be said for just everyone doing a job and just doing enough to get the job done. That's how, at this stage, you win the league. That's how you get over the line in these sort of more difficult games towards the end of the season. You know, there's a lot to be said for that, and we see a lot of in the Premier League. I mean, particularly my team, Chelsea, Rosigne, plays out of position, plays Casado at fullback, all these sort of things. Sometimes I think, sometimes you do these things in the one-off games and they work. These tactics and but I think managers too much these days try too hard to be innovative and try to kind of be a bit too clever and a bit too try a bit too hard to sort of be the next big thing, whereas there's a lot to be said for just everyone doing the jobs and keep it simple and just get the job done. And that's what we see at Hearts for the last few weeks. It's been solid. The Kilmarnock defeat looked bad, and it looked like it did look like they might be throwing it away, but there's been a few moments like that this season. The Rangers game was like that as well. You worry for them after that, you're thinking, is this where they start to slip? But no, every time there has been a setback for Hearts, every single time this season, they respond instantly, and that's why they stayed there. And I do wonder now, at this stage, if they will stay there. It's looking very likely. I think they're favourite at this moment. Although Rangers 3 points behind, big win over Aberdeen as well, never really looked in any doubt, comfortable home performance, solid in all areas of the pitch, dominated the game, and that's what we're seeing with Rangers. Out of the three of them, they're probably playing the best football and the most exciting and scoring the most goals, and they're the best to watch at the moment out of the three of them. Danny Rowley's done a very good job with this team to turn it around, to take them from where they were to where they are now. They were hot. There's times early in the season, the first sort of few games, they just weren't scoring. They were horrible to watch. Now they're completely different team, completely new team. He's really got his stamp on the team now. However, is it going to be enough to catch Hearts this season? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be tight. I'm starting to think it's between them two. Can't count Celtic out because they've still got to play both of them. There's 3 games to go till the league splits. So it really is coming down to the end of the season. Though I just feel like Celtic might have just thrown a few too many games away. That Dundee United game on the Sunday. We'll talk about their game now. Celtic second best the entire game. It was bad result for Celtic, bad result for O'Neill as well. Historic win for Dundee United actually. Very good performance for them. And seeing as all they really have to play for is they've got a slim chance of a top 6 finish. It was poor from Celtic to play the way they did. But like I say, they usually do win those types of games. Celtic, even if they're not at it, they usually find a way. They usually get a late goal, or they find a way to stay in it and come back, and that's usually what happens. And when it's 1-0 Dundee United in that first half, despite how poor Celtic have been and missing the opportunities they were having, you still sort of thought, well, maybe they will come back. That's quite often what happens. If they got one towards the end, they're probably going to get another one. They get a lot of stoppage time goals, but they didn't. And Dundee United kicked on and got the second, which was massive, really, because as soon as the second goal went in, you thought that probably would be it from that stage, and there were more drop points for Celtic at this stage, really damaging, to be honest. 5 points behind, Not sure I see them doing it now. There's still one game to go against both. They've all still got to play each other when the league splits. It could really come into play for all of them. That'll be very significant. But Hearts at this moment still top, and that seems to be the thing. It could well be their year, just because things seem to just be going their way, and they seem to just be just about holding on. Although Rangers seem to be improving, actually. To be honest, every time you see them play, they seem to be looking better. Yeah, I mean, Celtic still got cup games to go as well. Celtic knocked Rangers out of the cup. And playing a couple of weeks back, so Rangers and Hearts both just in the lead now. Celtic still got a potential cup final to come if they can get through past the semi-final. So there's a bit more to play for in that. If you look at the teams that are in that, they never know. They have lost to St Mirren already, or one of the other cup final, who are still in that. But Celtic do look like strong favourites to win the cup, so you think they maybe would end the season with that. But at the moment, in terms of the title race, they're not looking they're looking like the least likely of the lot. Motherwell fallen away in recent weeks. 3 games without a win, 2 defeats. Shame really, because they went ahead against Celtic, threw the game away. Also had those surprise defeats as well, which we've had the surprise drop points as well with how they've been playing recently. But Snuff taking nothing away from their season. They'll no doubt end in 4th and get Europe. And but all I mean is that considering they've still got to play all the teams that are above them as well, if they had won those matches or got points, picked up points in those last 3 games, they'd be right in the mix still as well. Taking nothing away from the season they've had, though, they've been fantastic. Massively outperformed people's expectations. So in the terms of top, though, Rangers and Hearts both pushing on. Hearts, like I say, got the job done. Could have done without that red card, but all that really mattered was getting the win. Nervy, hard work, but they found their way through. Rangers a lot more comfortable. And Celtic failing to respond to both of those two getting huge wins on the Saturday. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming weeks in this division. Not over yet at all.